Hello, everyone. Hello, YouTubers. This is Anonymous T. Hope you're having an amazing day today. Today, I wanted to do a video on why I think Tasha K should not do a statement tonight if she does not plan on taking any accountability or starting off with an apology to Cardi B and an admission of guilt. The reason I say that is because if you'll recall yesterday, it was being reported by a few places that Tasha K was already spinning the narrative to blame the jury being predominantly white, and that didn't work out in her favor, and that she wanted somebody more diverse jury members. However, she had the opportunity to accept or deny the jurors during the process, during pretrial. They have a whole process where they bring up each of the jury members and, they ask certain questions, and the plaintiff and the defense can either agree or disagree. So I don't understand now why all of a sudden, the race matters when it didn't matter before. And not only that, you still hired a white attorney to represent you. Meanwhile, you live in Atlanta and you have all of these black attorneys, black female attorneys, as well as black male attorneys, and you still chose Olga, of all people. And then she already denied earlier today that it's not her setting up the Groupons, even though allegedly one of them had her name on them. But a couple of them have been already shut down. And I believe TK Kirkland joked that he had set up one. I don't know if he was being serious or not. But again, you can't do fundraising in this type of situation because you admitted to everything. You perjured yourself. And you are guilty. You are held liable in a federal court. So I don't understand why fundraisers were being set up in the first place. That's not what it is for. So I definitely think she'll address that. But I think it's just going to be a lot of blaming. And if that's the case, I do not think that she should do this tonight. I think she is going to not back down on her comments against Cardi B. I think she's going to think that she thought she had a chance to win the case. I think she is going to try to stand by the fact that with freedom of speech, that she could have said anything she wanted about Cardi B, but she's not understanding from the legal perspective why she actually lost the defamation suit, which they argue, the libel route, which is how she was able to be held liable for everything, for all of the counts that she was accused of. So I don't think it's a good idea if she starts trying to play victim, or if she tries to play the blame game. It doesn't simply own the fact that she knowingly spread lies about Cardi B and essentially never thought that anything was going to come of it, and never thought that things would go this far. And in the event that they did, she thought that she would be protected. I also think with her denying the Groupon page, she's also going to try to deny the review allegedly of Olga, that it wasn't her. But the irony in that is she gave Olga 1 star and Olga gave her 1 minute of defense when she had 20 minutes to utilize defending Tasha K as to have a lower amount for punitive damages, and said, skip it, because you gave me 1 star, I'm going to give you 1 minute. Tasha, the issue is there's too much details in that 1-star review about your case for it not to be you. And who else knows you by Latasha Kibi prior to these court documents coming out? So again, it's just like, again, placing blame, again, pulling the shaggy, it wasn't me. It's just not going to work. It may work with some of your subscribers and some of your winos, but it's not going to work with the general public. And if you try to blame anybody for being biased or try to blame the media, it's going to backfire. Like you got the attention, you got the clout that you wanted to be in the same sentence as Cardi B, to be in the same courtroom as Cardi B. However, you don't like the narrative. But the problem is, if you try to deny what the media has reported, the transcripts of what took place in court are still going to come out. They are still going to validate what Dennis Byron said, what Choke No Joke said, what Sylvia said, and everybody else that was in that courtroom, and the lead attorney. So you can't try to do this preemptive attack and try to pull a Donald Trump and try to make it seem as though the media is against you, the media is fake news, even though you admitted on the stand that you report fake news. I just don't think it's going to be a good look. Like I said, if it's not just going to be an apology that you were sorry that you let down your winos and that you've learned from this and you're going to do better, you're going to pay the judgment, and you're going to move forward, and these are the only statements you're going to make at this time, I feel like that's appropriate. But if we are going to get into a half an hour or an hour even of you playing victim, of you blaming the media, of you not taking any accountability, if you trying to say that all these people were biased, if you trying to blame your legal team when you chose them, when you hired them, when you had several opportunities to fire them, and the judge even told you to fire them, and you did not take those opportunities to do it, you still rode with Olga as your lead. And these are the consequences when you hire a criminal defense attorney for a civil case. These are the consequences that happen. So I just don't think it's a good idea, if it's not going to be something short, contrite, that, you know, you are sorry to your winos, that you formally apologize to Cardi B for all of the pain and suffering and everything else that was caused to her and her family from your statements, and that you are going to take down the videos, that you own, you know, what you said and what happened and everything else, and just keep it at that. I think if you start going in on the attack, if you start, you know, trying to play the race game and trying to say that there wasn't enough black people on the jury, or you try to blame the judge, or you try to blame your attorneys that you willingly hired, it's just not going to be a good idea at all. And then if you try to even diminish the settlement in any capacity, I do not think that's a good idea at all. Or saying that you don't plan on paying anything, because the Treasury agents were front and centered for you during the trial to find out where the money was. And if you hide any of the money, they have a forensic scientist to locate the money. So this isn't over by a long shot, and you still have another court date coming up here in February, as well as potential tax evasion, as well as potential perjury charges. So you already showed with the ill-advised live that you did the night before the verdict with Chelsea and others that you did not care about Cardi B. You still felt no empathy after these past couple of weeks. You felt no sympathy. You still wanted to own everything that you said and everything that you did, and you were still joking about cold sores and having bumps on your face. You were making fun of Cardi B's song Up and saying if it's up and it's stuck, and laughing and giggling. And it just wasn't okay. It just was not okay at all. I feel like the only way to really try to start the positive PR is to own what has taken place, is to give a genuine apology to Cardi B starting off, then to thank your winos, then to say, you know, that you are sorry, you're going to take these videos down, that you are going to try to do better moving forward with your platform, and keep it at that. But if you start blaming people, if you start saying there wasn't enough black people in the jury, while you have a whole white attorney that you chose to represent you in Atlanta, where there's tons of black attorneys, male and female, that are at your disposal, that would have done a much better job and potentially could have got you much less money to pay in damages had you just investigated the people that are there versus hiring Olga of all people, you wouldn't be in this situation. But again, if you start to try to play victim and you start to try to go on the attack and start to do this blame game situation, meanwhile, you had 3 cease and desist to you. Meanwhile, you had DMs from Cardi B trying to debunk this. You had DMs from Cardi B, you know, acknowledging that both of you are mothers and that this isn't a good look. You had all of these opportunities to stop before it even got to court, and you chose to do nothing about it. You chose to make a mockery of it on your platform because you saw the type of revenue you were getting from the Cardi B videos by spreading the negativity, by spreading the lies. So if you try to double down on that tonight, it's just not going to be a good look. It's going to cause a lot more backlash. It's going to cause a lot more media outlets to, again, not say favorable things about you. So if you just keep it contrite, keep it less than 5 minutes, that you were sorry to the winos, you were sorry to Cardi B, and for the pain and suffering and everything else, that you're going to pay the judgment and you're going to move forward and get back to work and continue tomorrow with your every Friday or whatever it is, and keep it moving. But to try to gaslight anybody, try to play victim, or try to play the race game, or try to come for the judges, or try to come for anybody, is just not going to be a good look. It's just not going to be a good look at all. So just keep that in mind. If it's not going to be anything that is contrite empathetic and apologetic to Cardi B and to your winos, to just save it, to just keep it in the drafts. Do not even, come on the air tonight if it's not going to be that. Because keep in mind, if there's any intentions that you think that you have of, trying to delay paying Cardi B, if you're already trying to tell people behind the scenes allegedly that you don't plan on paying her, which is not a good look in this type of a case, then it is not going to end well. Then it is going to cause more action to be taken, more severe action to be taken to set an example. And with all of the injunctions and possibilities coming up in February, why poke the bear? Why risk that for more negative things to happen? I still think there's a part of you that isn't taking this seriously, which is unfortunate, and still thinking that there's a way that you can get out of this or hide money or whatever. And the reality of it is, it's better to just at this point have a clean slate, acknowledge your wrongdoings, and move forward. Anything less than that, anything that starts to play victim or blaming all of these people or blaming the reporting or blaming anybody else, it's not going to end well for you. Just keep it less than 5 minutes. Sorry to Cardi B. Sorry for the pain and suffering that this has caused. Sorry for knowingly, spreading lies about you when I could have taken those videos down at an earlier point in time. Sorry to the winos for letting you guys down, for spreading fake news. I will be back on Friday with Every Friday, and I will be going on vacation, and deuces. That's all you need to say. If you say anything else beyond that, or if you don't even say that, this is not going to end well. This is not going to be a positive PR for you. Everybody is going to go in on you. Everybody is going to say that you are being childish and immature and that you haven't learned your lesson and that you are being very stubborn and narcissistic. So unless it is not the 5-minute apology to your fans and to Cardi B, just save it. Do not do this statement tonight. Don't do it, or it's not going to end well. Please let me know your guys' thoughts on this. Let me know what you guys think is going to happen in tonight's statement. Are you going to watch Tasha K's statement or not? Or are you going to watch Mr. Dennis Byron's interview with the bankruptcy lawyer? Keep in mind, the bankruptcy lawyer is going to explain why Tasha K will not be able to get out of paying the $3.8 million, judgment to Cardi B. No matter what types of things she tries to do, the only realistic delay is if she does file an appeal. But outside of that, any other shenanigans she tries to do, things are going to get seized or her YouTube checks are going to get garnished. And even still, I hope she doesn't speak on whether or not her channel is going to be removed, because technically that still can happen depending on what happens with this injunction in February, especially if there are any more content that involves her or her employees still trying to throw shade or subliminals at Cardi B. Because if you haven't learned from the past few weeks, all bets are off right now. Cardi B and her attorneys mean business. And because this has taken nearly 4 years to come to something of a resolution, but still has potential for you to, renege on this and go back on this, just don't even think about it. Don't think about even poking the bear and saying you're not going to pay, or you're only going to pay $75K or whatever else it is. Please do not insult the audience. Please do not, because a lot of us, we're educated, we understand the law, we understand what's happening, and we have been following diligently every aspect and every component of this case, as well as speaking to several different experts in every sector to make sure everything is to the T. So please do not try to insult us. Please don't. Just like I said, a 5-minute apology to Cardi B and her family, and an apology to your winos, and tell them you'll see them Friday. And just keep it moving. You and your team never mention Cardi B again. Never say her name again. Never do subliminals to her again. Just don't even, out of sight, out of mind. Just send the payments monthly until, everything is resolved. Because anything else that you do than an apology to Cardi B and the winos tonight is going to be scrutinized and is not going to be good press for you. So just keep that in mind, as, we have a few more hours here before we get into that, statement tonight. So just keep that in mind. So let me know what you guys think. Are you guys going to watch Dennis Byron's interview at 7 with the bankruptcy attorney, or are you going to watch Tasha K's video, her statement? Because keep in mind, the views from this statement might not necessarily go to Cardi B yet if she plans on filing an appeal. So it's not until we officially know when she starts making payments to Cardi B when this will come into effect. Because knowing Tasha K and knowing the lady that was on the lead attorney show last night that said that she knew her and told Cardi B that Tasha K was not going to own or take responsibility or accountability for anything, it's probably not a good idea to give this views and give this energy, because she wants the energy, she wants the attention, she wants the drama of, oh, what is she going to say? Is she going to be positive? Is she going to be negative? She wants all of that attention, and she wants to be rewarded for negative behavior. That's what she wants. So keep that in mind if you're deciding to tune in, because plenty of us are going to be recapping it anyways. So, and there will be enough clips, I'm sure, floating around on social media so that you do not have to give it views and give it the energy that she's looking for. So just keep that in mind. Let me know your guys' thoughts. Please react. Are you guys watching tonight? Are you guys going to watch Dennis Byron's interview tonight at 7? Are you guys going to be doing something else? Do you have school? Do you have work? What are you guys going to be doing? Please let me know your thoughts. Those of you, if it's your first time viewing my channel, welcome. I have a specific playlist for the out-of-court shenanigans that is going on with Tasha K and the Cardi B defamation lawsuit case, as well as a specific playlist that chronicled the past couple of weeks of the lawsuit, of day-by-day reporting of what was taking place in the courtroom. Keep in mind, we are going to have at some point soon the transcripts of what happened exactly in the courtroom. So anybody trying to spin it in any type of other way, that is not what happened or what took place. The truth is going to come out anyways. The truth always is going to come out. So just keep that in mind when you see certain people spreading fake news. Just keep that in mind. All right. And also, those of you, for my subscribers and supporters, thank you so much. I'm grateful and appreciative of each and every single one of you. We have grown so fast, 4,000 in a few months here, in a few short months. OMG. You guys are incredible. You guys are awesome. Please do not forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Hit the notification button so you're notified the moment I post new content on my channel. And with that being said, I will talk to you guys again very soon.